Good morning, children, and welcome back. So, let's continue with the same chapter that we have started in our last video, chapter number 24 Substances, Object, and Energy. Let's review what we have studied in the previous video. We have studied about what are substances and how they are being used in different states. That is, the three states of substances solid, liquid, and gaseous. We have seen that how substances are formed with the tiny particles when they are joined together. Even we have seen a theory of Pilav that was given by Kannad Maharshi. Now we are going to proceed with some more points related to this chapter. So let's see which all points we are going to cover in this part of the video with this chapter. So we are going to see the three states of substances, that how they are present, in which state each represents. Even we are going to see what are substances and objects. Beginning with the states of substances. Just take an example of water. Water is found in all the three states of substances, that is solid, liquid, and gaseous. How it is? In all the three states, the individual particles of water remains the same. It is not going to change. And which are the three states of substances? Yes, it is solid, liquid, and gaseous. However, the arrangement of these particles in each these state is different. That means in solid it will be more, in liquid it will be less, and in gaseous it will be more or less as compared to liquid. This you can see in your textbook on page number 129, as well as you can see in the slide. You will see these three states and the presence of particles in each states. As a result, we see differences in the properties of solid, liquids, and gaseous. Now, what are properties that how we can differentiate that this is a solid, this is a liquid, and this is a gaseous? We have seen different examples as well as for solid, liquid, and gaseous. On the other hand, you can see that solid is having a definite shape and size. Liquid, it changes its size as per the container. Just take an example of water. If you put water in a glass, it is going to take the shape of a glass. If you put it in a water bottle, again it is going to take the shape of that. In the same way, gaseous, when it is present in the form of solid, it disappears after a certain period of time. So what it means, all substances in the nature have a particular form and they are made up of particles. That means they are made up of tiny fine particles. In nature, every substance occurs in a specific state, and accordingly these substances are called as solid, liquid, or gaseous substances. See an example of few states of substances. Beginning with solid, aluminium and coal are present in solid state. Moving on to liquid, kerosene, petrol, diesel. And then is your gaseous. So, gaseous, we can take an example, that is nitrogen and oxygen. So, these are present in the gaseous state. Now, different substances have different properties. We know that depending on its hardness, transparency, shape, size, and variation in colors as well. Now, substances may differ with respect to the properties such as hardness. Transparency means how much it is transparent. That is, you can take an example of window panes and glass, mirror, color, even the smell. As we have took example of naphthalene ball, it is having smell. Even petrol, diesel is having smell. Kerosene is having smell. Wood is having different smell. Paper is having different smell. So depending on the type of substance as well as in which state it is present, it differs with its properties. Even it is solubility in water or not. Now, so just take an example of sugar and salt. You can prepare lemon juice with that, and when you prepare this lemon juice you require sugar and salt. Sugar takes time to dissolve in the water. On the other hand, when you put salt, it gets immediately dissolved. So depending on the type of substance, its solubility depends. If you take a hard substance such as coal or something which is very hard in state, stone, is it going to get dissolved in the water? No, they are present in the hard earth form and it becomes difficult for them to get dissolved. They are the hard solid substances. Here, moving on to the next point is substances and objects. Before going ahead with the explanation, here are a few questions that we need to answer. Can you tell, that is given on page number 129 in your textbook? Let's see the question first. Asmita went to buy an earthen pot. So she wanted an earthen pot to keep it at home to fill with the water. And there she saw many things kept for sale. Other than pot, she had seen many other things that were kept for sale. How did she identify what she needed? That means if she wants pot, she should know what is the size, shape, and the color of the pot. And accordingly, she can justify with the thing. From what substances had the potter made all the things? So, what all substances the potter required for doing these things? So, it required mud to prepare different objects. Now, if we see that, if we answer these questions, that is, Asmita identified the things kept for sale with the color and the shape. And the potter had made all these things using clay, that is wet mud. And accordingly, the potter had given shape to the objects and Asmita recognized with its shape and color. What is the difference between a substance and object? So let's see what is the difference. So substance and object. Substance are made up of fine, tiny particles. On the other hand, objects are made of using these substances. That is, different objects have been made. The next point is substances may or may not have a definite shape. They occur in a specific state. That means substances are not having a definite shape. They can be molded into different shapes. We have seen different examples of substances like iron, copper, and if we take an example of coal, sugar, wood, wheat grains, paper. So these are the substances and accordingly we can change its shape to make an object. On the other hand, objects have a definite shape and they are put together in a particular way. Now if we take an example of wood, we know that wood has been used for different purposes to make table, chair, cupboard, beds, sofa set, many other things, and accordingly they are given the shape as per the requirement. In the same way, papers are being used in different forms, like project papers are there, books are there, textbooks are there, workbooks are there, diaries are there, then other different things are there that are being used with the paper. Moving on to the next point is few examples are given for each side, that is substances and objects. So substances, wood, aluminium, coal, iron are the example of substances. On the other hand, table, chair, flower pots, lamp are the example of objects. So these objects are made with the substances that are present in different states. As per the requirement, the objects are made. Now, objects cannot be present in gaseous or liquid form. They are present in a solid form only. Objects have a definite shape and their parts are put together to make a particular object, and that is formed with the particular method with the help of machines or with the help of equipments. So objects are made from different substances that are present, and you can look certain pictures in the slide. If we look at the first picture, that is bat, then ball is there, that is made up of rubber. Then a piece of wood is kept, logs of wood are there, table and chair are there. So if you see these objects that are seen in the slide, you come to know that that is made up of wood. So what are they made up of? What are these substances made from? They are made from wood. We can use wood to make different objects. Not only these that are shown in the slide, other than that also, there are certain things, decorative items you get that are made up of wood, table stand, then pen and paper stands are there, cupboards are there that are made up of wood. That means a particular substance can be used to make different objects and that are being used by human beings. Make the life in a easier and convenient way. Nowadays, with the help of these things, many objects are being made to make our life a comfortable one. So my dear children, in this part of the video, we have seen three states of substances. Even we have seen the particles that are present in each state is going on less in different states. That means in solid it is in the more form, particles are present more, in liquid it's less, and in gaseous it's very less as compared to liquid. Even we have seen few examples of each states of substance and we have seen its properties. We have even seen what are the differences between substances and objects and how objects can be turned into different form to make it either for useful purpose or for decorative purpose. So here we end up with this part of the video. The remaining part of the chapter we are going to continue in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Keep watching the video. Thank you. Have a good day.